Music gaming movies?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Cool.
So can you do me a favor? Just keep an eye on it. So if it stops.
Yeah. You started a new thing, right?
What do you mean?
You're not going to get my gurgling in there?
No, yeah. We're recording over that as we speak.
Copy that.
So I just want to make sure that.
Yeah, man. For those of you who are just tuning in, I was doing some John Corpse Grinder Fisher howls and shit to test
the mic.
Test the mic with some Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
Testing the mic with Cannibal Corpse. Hammer smash face.
Yeah.
I come blood. This song is about shooting blood out of my cock. Anyway.
Yeah, but plus you had your whole Buffalo thing, and I want to make sure that's at the top of the show. All that good stuff. You ready, buddy?
Oh, yeah.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Second City Kids Podcast, episode number 98.
Wow, 98.
Yeah, trekking along. And as me and Gabe did the math, or I should say I did. That's not really math, but it turns out that our 100th episode will also be our year in review, so it's going to be a big fat boy episode. But yeah, we are here for 98, and it is a cold day on the south side of Chicago, Illinois.
Like 35.
Yeah.
Slight breeze.
Mm-hmm.
Took the dogs for a walk today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they knocked the fuck out when we came home.
I bet they did. But yeah, so I'm your host, Jacob, and with me I have Gabe and Maddie sitting in the corner doing what Maddie does.
Nobody knows what that is.
Yeah. She smiles and laughs at us every now and then, and throws in the comment. We're like, oh. Yeah, levity. We should get you a mic one of these days, Maddie. No, you're always allowed to talk.
Just not into the microphone.
No, one day we'll get you one once we get everything rolling. But like 100 episodes isn't technically rolling, but it's besides the point. But it is what it is. Moving on. So yeah, man. So Gabe, you've been off, my friend. All right, you had a week off. I took a week off because you had a very interesting.
Yeah, man. I had a trip. Before we dive into that, I want to gauge something. You remember when I talked about how Visine is rebranding for like the whole gamer thing?
Yes.
So I saw Holiday Inn, right? I saw a Holiday Inn commercial, and they're rebranding, and they're doing something very similar.
Are they rebranding towards like hookers and?
No, they're rebranding towards gaming as well. And here was the commercial that I saw. Right, the commercial was a bunch of buddies checking into a hotel. You know, nothing like out of the ordinary yet. Blah blah blah. And then the whole shtick was like, oh, our breakfast is so awesome it gets you fueled for the rest of the day, and it shows them at like Evo or whatever, you know, just like some generic tournament like winning. And I was like, what the fuck? Why is everybody like trying to appeal towards the gamers now?
Well, I know Maddie takes issue with the whole esports comment thing.
It's not a sport.
It's not a sport, but
yeah, you know, I just thought it was kind of interesting because I kind of understand Visine's move.
Yeah,
it almost made sense to do it, but Holiday Inn.
I mean, whatever.
Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn.
What? Okay.
You know?
I think they're just trying to, well, like I said, the thing is kind of taking on a whole life of its own. So I think they're like, hey, why not say, hey, you could stay with us.
Hey, our breakfast so dank it makes the gamer girls go, woo.
Hey, man. Those kind of breakfasts ain't no joke, all right? Don't comment about those. Those are great.
There's two types of people. There's people, they both ask the same question, what time is breakfast? But there's people who get there early and enjoy their goddamn time. And then there's people who get there at the very tail end.
Yeah, and get all the scraps and shit.
There's people who ask, what time does breakfast start? And then there's the people who ask, what time does breakfast end?
Yeah. You're definitely right about that. There is some truth to that. But, so yeah, I think that's interesting.
Yeah, you know, it was like almost way too similar to the Visine thing. And I was like, I got to bring this up.
Yeah, weird.
It was just super.
Gabe is on the forefront of noticing these types of branding changes.
I will sniff it out. All right, so let's dive into these topics. We're gonna go bottom up today. We're gonna start with music, and
we're gonna do some music shit.
So as Jacob mentioned, we took the week off last week.
Yep.
Because I was in Buffalo with my significant other, and we were there for Every Time It Dies Christmas show called Tid the Season. So we flew out Thursday, got there like Thursday late afternoon. Went out, got some dinner at our French place. It was pretty nice.
Oh yeah.
Friday, we kind of roamed about the streets of Buffalo, so it was cool. We got brunch, then we kind of did some shopping. As you can see, that's where Maddie got her coat. It's a nice cheetah print thing.
Can you say what you said to me when?
She looks like Eddie Murphy from Coming to America. And the best part is she's never seen the movie, so she doesn't get the joke.
It's funny. It's a good joke, Maddie. I promise.
It's a good joke, but yeah, you know, we did some shopping. This place called Oxford Pennant. They make like flags and banners and stuff. You know, Keith was there, and they did an Every Time I Die promotion thing too. So we swung by, got to chat with Keith for a bit. As always, super awesome, super gentleman-like. Mm-hmm. Picked up a little flag with some lyrics from Werewolf. says you don't live till you're ready to die, and I was like, yeah, that's perfect. Did some shopping, saw Creed 2 finally. I'm gonna hold off until you see it, which I mentioned that you should.
Yeah.
And then I think that kind of wrapped up our Friday. They had these things called hot toddies over there. And it's like a Christmas tradition. Well, no, Tom and Jerry is the specific one at the bar. They're called hot toddies, is like the brand of liquor, right?
Okay.
And so it's cool because like all the bars have like this mutual agreement not to serve it until like the season time. And it's essentially they warm up some brandy, and then they make like a cream to put on top of it. So it's like eggnog without the egg. And it was pretty good. I enjoyed mine. The place that we went to, they called them Tom and Jerry's, and they, according to our hostess, she said that this is the place that does like the best cream, like the sweetest.
Well, duh, they're all gonna say that, I think.
Well, this is from the lady who owned the Airbnb we stayed at.
Oh, okay.
So she was a local.
Okay.
But yeah, man, that was pretty good. It was fucking strong, man. For like $7, you get pretty fucked up off those if you come in with like a half stomach,
Oh, yeah?
Because like I said, it's like a lot of brandy. You get like a coffee mug full of brandy and some foam on top is what you get. And then
so it was like all of those like Teen Nick shows. Did you get a lot of brandy? Yeah, nobody.
Okay, and then Saturday obviously was the show at Buffalo Riverworks.
Yep.
So I think this is like 6 or 7 times seeing Every Time I Die. Every time I say it, every time we speak about it, is I say, if you haven't seen them, you should go see them live, because they're a band that's just so full of energy, so full of like love and stuff. I don't think you've seen Every Time I Die play until you've seen them on their home turf, because the show they played was absolutely bananas. A couple of other bands we saw. Vane was the band that opened up. Vane was actually, I did an album review on Arizona earlier this year. They're like alt new metalcore. It's super weird what they're doing, but I love it, man. It's bringing back a lot of the early 2000s goodies. They were good. They're a band that's going to go far. They're kind of like the next wave of Knocked Loose, how they're just going to blow up. Who else was there? Angel Dust and Turnstile were there. Both solid. Turnstile's kind of growing on me. And like, I think you mentioned, I don't know if I like them or hate them yet.
Yeah.
And you're going to be teetering on it a bit, but they're going to grow on you. Knocked Loose, tore it the fuck down. Opened up with Oblivion's Peaks, ended it with Dead Ringer. And wow, holy shit, Knocked Loose is just something else, man. I think.
Okay. All right, sorry, Gabe. You can continue your story.
So yeah, Knocked Loose tore it the fuck down. It's just pure insanity. You've seen them live. I'm sure you know what it's like.
Yeah,
but
it is controlled debauchery.
It's really crazy because you could see that it like.
There it goes again.
Did it pause?
Oh no, I might be wrong.
Oh, he's wrong. But it's kind of crazy to see like all these people that love and support Every Time I Die just go as wild for Knocked Loose. These hardcore kids. Yeah. Who else played? The Menzingers, they're all right. Bouncing Clothes, all right. Snapcase. So let me talk a little bit about Snapcase. You familiar with them?
Yeah.
They're like a mid '90s band that kind of went MIA for a bit there. And so the way I like to describe it was, you take Paul's Boutique, you detune it, and you add some snap, pop, and grind to it, and it's just fucking good, proper New York hardcore.
Oh yeah.
Snapcase was great, and they put on a hell of a show. Now, all right, Every Time I Die, let me talk a little bit about their set list. So they came out with More, which is a song that you hear fucking never, right? It's off of from Parts Unknown, right?
Unknown, yep.
Is that slow one with the build up. Tore it the fuck down. So they did 3 to 4 songs off of every album in their discography, starting from their first album, working their way up to low teens. And so Decaying with the Boys was like number 12 or 13. Think about that. And that's usually in the forefront of their set list, along with Underwater Bimbos. And they were just insane, bro. Fucking sane in the membrane. They put on a fucking show. And like I said, man, you'd haven't experienced Every Time I Die until you see them live. And then you haven't experienced them until you see them at their home front at the Buffalo show. And then, they announced that they got a letter from the mayor and stuff, and December 15th is Every Time I Die Day.
Very cool.
So the American dream, man. The American hardcore dream.
Yeah.
So
true.
Good shit. It was an excellent trip. I don't know if I'm going to go back next year, because Buffalo, I think I told you, it was like exquisitely shitty. It was nice. I don't know if I'd have to go back. I'm probably going to wait for the lineup. But next year they're doing 2 days for Tid the Season, because this show sold out 5 months in advance.
Are they doing double headlining back to back?
Yeah, they're probably going to do double headlining back to back.
That's crazy.
But yeah, and then Blackcraft Wrestling was there. Super entertaining.
Yeah.
Except for the women.
Oh yeah, the women wrestled like everywhere but the ring. It was
yeah?
crazy. Like they went into the bathrooms, they threw trash cans. It was like some Monday Night Raw shit, but not the good kind of Monday Night Raw, you know?
Yeah.
Some trailer park girls like getting in a fight.
Yeah, they look like some trailer park girls getting in a fight. But everybody else was pretty entertaining, man. It was really good. And Johnny Blackcraft, the dude who like I guess owns it or whatever, he's like a total pussy, and he's like the guy you're supposed to hate. Like that's his character.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, man, it was great. Overall, pretty solid experience. Man. But that was my weekend last week, and that was just a little review of the season.
Yeah, man. That's good stuff, man. I'm glad you got the chance to go, because I know it's something that you've been wanting to do, right?
Because I wanted to go last year, right? But like it just didn't happen. And after I saw the Snapchats, I was like, I'm doing everything in my power to make it happen. You know.
I feel you, bro. So yeah, man, I'm glad you had fun, and we move on to the set list. Now, I will say this is probably the hardest 10-song set list I've had to do.
This is like right up there with Vanna, man.
Yeah, it was tough, and it's like to the point where I made adjustments as of like 20 minutes ago. I took one song out and put another one in. Like I was adjusting this a little bit.
So you want to go first, or you want me to go off first?
I'll go first. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick.
Wait, you're gonna open up with Dead Throne.
Yeah,
all
I am.
right.
But anyway, real quick, if you guys want to find this, what the set list that I created, it is on Apple Music. So if you want to go ahead, and it is 10 songs TDWP under my name, Jacob. So you'll be able to find me on there if you want to live the set list as well. As Gabe mentioned, I opened up with Death. Sorry, so
We had a meltdown.
freaking computer is pissing me off.
Time for an upgrade.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said Danger Wildman is the second
Yeah,
track.
Danger Wild Man is next. Just because I think that they blend seamlessly together with each other, and it's a good next song. Moving on, we have Supernova. I think this is the slowest song I got.
Cool.
On the set, because you know me. But yeah, so Supernova's next. Vengeance.
Cool.
Moving down the set. The only song I have off the Zombie EP, Outnumbered, right in the middle.
Good choice.
It was either that one or Escape. It was really hard. It was very hard to choose.
I got you.
Yeah. Sliding on down, Born to Lose. Right.
All right, you just want to throw the entire Dead Throne album on
Relax. All right. Calm down. Calm down. But I put Born to Lose on there. Now, the only song I got off Plagues, which may be a shock to people, I got one song off Plagues, and it's Hey John, What's Your Name Again?
Oh man, you picked the cliche one.
Yeah. I mean, you have to play the hits, man. It is what it is. But moving down, I actually replaced Sassafras with Daughter. I put Daughter on here because
Okay.
I like it.
Interesting choice. I'd say Sassafras is the stronger song, but all right.
Well, I think I needed to put something on Transit Blues, I feel like, because otherwise it would have been Transit Blueless. You know what I'm saying? And I like Daughter. Moving down, number 9 is Des Moines.
Des Moines.
Yeah, Des Moines. And the final song closing out the set is Planet A.
Interesting setup. Now, mine is radically different.
Okay, that's good.
So we're going to come in swinging with Alien.
Okay.
Just because it gives you very little time to anticipate. And it's like, burr, 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 and it just goes in, right? And from Alien, we're going to go to Untitled.
Okay.
From Dead Throne. Transit into Sassafras. Transit into Escape, which is my only song off the Zombies EP. Transit into Des Moines.
In the middle, huh?
Yeah, in the middle. And then you actually didn't cover this album, but I put Sailor's Prayer on here off of 818.
It was tough, man.
You got to compress sometimes. You got to compress. From Sailor's Prayer, we're going to go into Detroit Tapes, because I think that song and The Key of Evergreen are probably the two of the stronger songs, aside from the singles, off of Transit Blues. Because Worldwide was kind of my first choice.
Yeah.
And then I listened through the album again, and I was like, Detroit Tapes kind of works very well with this set list I'm going for.
Okay.
And they never play it live, and it's a very underappreciated song. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Worldwide. I like Daughter and Key of Evergreen. But Detroit Tapes, man, go back, sit down and listen to Detroit Tapes. That shit bangs.
Okay.
All right, from Detroit Tapes, we're going to hear Mike go, oh, this is for all our old school, the Devil Wears Prada fans. And then they're going to play Reptar, King of Ozone. It was between that or Scorpion Deathlock.
I don't know about that. Okay, keep going.
Okay, number 9, Danger Wildman, and then close out with the best Devil Wears Prada closer, Mammoth.
Okay.
So that's my 10
I
song
figured
set
Mammoth
list.
would be your end. I knew that.
It's such a good fucking closer, man.
I didn't even make my set, man. I don't know. I like Mammoth, but I'm not as crazy about it as
Copy
you are.
that. Sit down and watch the music video for Mammoth. Come back to me.
Couldn't tell you.
Back to me. All right, let's get into some tour talk.
Yeah,
so,
man.
Some upcoming tours I thought, we'd mention on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I Can't Believe They're Still Together tour. By the way, these are real tours. This isn't more shit we made up.
Yeah.
So we have top down, it's Breaking Benjamin headlining, Skillet, Underoath, and Fight the Fury, which is a newer band I haven't heard of.
I haven't heard of them either.
So, okay, let's talk a bit. We know Underoath's back. They're going to keep swinging, probably for a while. Skillet, what, was this a resurrection or something?
They've been around. They haven't stopped.
I had no idea because after like that whole Monster era, I don't know if I fell off or they fell off or what, but
You fell off.
Probably,
because they still play. They still
copy that.
Still
You said you actually saw them, right?
I've seen them once.
How are they live?
Well, you'd be shocked. They're pretty fucking good.
I wouldn't doubt it. It's just a matter of wow. I never thought I'd see them on a tour package like this.
Yeah, especially with Underoath. That's something I never called ever.
Yeah, well, because Skillet is still super like Christian, right?
Yeah.
Super religious. So Underoath has kind of turned the tide a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
And then Breaking Benjamin. I'm still surprised Breaking Benjamin is a thing because at one point
they were gone.
Because at one point the lead singer was like, "Fuck you guys, you're all fired."
Yeah, you're all out.
And
yeah.
he just replaced everybody.
Hey, man.
So I'd like to see some stuff off Diary of Jane.
I think
we will.
they play like I saw their last headliner. They play like an hour and a half, dude. They got
They
time.
have enough material, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's just a matter of I want to hear like I Will Not Bow, obviously Diary of Jane.
Yeah.
I want to hear a bunch of shit,
Yeah.
throwback shit.
What they will play, they definitely will play. I know that much. And I was thinking about it, man. We may have to take a trip for this one.
Yeah, they're not actually coming to Illinois.
Well,
they're
they are,
coming
but-
to Milwaukee.
Well, Moline, they're playing.
Oh yeah, I guess.
But that's borderline Iowa.
yeah. Milwaukee's much closer.
Yeah.
But I'm totally down for that show. It sounds like a
We're gonna
blast.
have to take a trip, I think. 'cause that sounds like fun.
Moving down the list, this is called the Dad Metal Tour. Okay, so Killswitch Engage is headlining. Cool. Parkway Drive works with their new stuff.
Yeah.
And then we have After the Burial, Gent Band.
A very
and then
genty
they
band.
added on Vane, which I mentioned before is like the altcore new metal kind of shit. And don't get me wrong, you said it that Vane, kind of a younger band coming up, touring with Giants is going to do them good. Yes. However, I feel like they worked really well on the Every Time I Die package, and I think they do much better on like the heavier side of this kind of genre, And so I think it's kind of interesting, especially After the Burial. Even then, I was kind of confused. Like
That was a little weird. I agree with that.
I don't know. I guess they must like Killswitch. And After the Burial is kind of big. I don't think they're like massive though. I'm sure this tour will do them some good too. I think it's just kind of interesting how you're probably gonna have, much of like younger guys and they're like, oh yeah, bro, hardcore, and then you're gonna have all like the Marine dads with the beer.
It was like that when I saw
USMC.
It was like that when I saw Atreyu though. It was kind of the same kind of vibe.
They'd work better for on that ballot than either of these two bands.
No, you're right. I'm just saying.
I just thought it was kind of interesting, but I'm sure it'll do good for those last two bands.
Yeah.
All right, Deathcore Donkers, Born of Osiris.
Yes.
Headlining Chelsea Grin, Make Them Suffer, and then a mystery band we don't know yet. I'm going to this. I want to see this.
Where's this playing?
House of Blues. And so I actually mentioned it to my buddy that's going to come with me, but I was like, 10 years ago, this would have sold out, without a doubt. I'm curious to see if this will sell out now. I'm actually kind of curious, because Born of Osiris is still potent. Chelsea Grin, obviously, dropped the album 2018.
So Born of Osiris is headlining?
Yes, they're headlining. And 10 years ago, I don't think this would have been an issue, but I'd say now Chelsea Grin is bigger than Born of Osiris.
I would say that at any given point, Chelsea Grin was bigger than Born of Osiris.
Well, I'm saying like 10 years ago when Chelsea Grin just dropped Desolation, would have made sense. But now it's kind of, they're still relevant. It's just how much moving force do they have? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get any. Well, I like Born of Osiris. They're local too. But
do you like them better than Chelsea Grin?
No.
I like Chelsea Grin much better.
Yeah.
I just thought I was kind of curious because I think if you saw the crowd at Warped Tour, it was fucking bonkers and it was 110%. And I'd say Chelsea Grin is bigger than they've ever been before at this stage. So I guess we'll see. I'm not opposed to seeing Born of Osiris. I'm going mainly for Chelsea Grin though.
Yep. And
I'm kind of curious to see who this
this random.
Let me get Upon a Burning Body, man. They'd fit right in.
Let me fucking put Thioder's Murder on that fucking bill.
Yeah, but they by default they'd have to headline then.
You think so?
Die Artist Murder is bigger than any of those bands.
You think so?
Hell yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, bro, they're massive overseas. Are you kidding
Overseas,
me?
but this tour's not overseas. This tour's here.
Hey man, Die Artist Murder plays festivals. They don't play like House of Blues. You know what I'm saying? They're big. I think they're much bigger than what you're giving them credit for.
I love them too.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of them.
I'm telling you, they're like big. They're fucking massive. But yeah, those are the kind of tours I want to throw out there. And obviously, we still have the Census Fail, Amity, and Silent Planet show.
When's that happening?
January 15th. It's a Wednesday night.
Fuck.
That'll
All
be
right.
fun. I'm trying to go, man. I'm doing everything in my power right now to make
I
it
feel
happen. So you got the next topic.
Well,
Speaking of throwbacks.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, we'll do this. So, how familiar are you with Saison?
I kind of grew up with Saison being in the background, man. You know me. I grew up kind of on the Deathcore Bonkers shit that we just mentioned. And I like Saison. I like him a lot. But when they broke up, I wasn't kind of like affected by it super heavy. You know, like I was with like him or Yellow Card or whatever. But they're back.
Yes, they are. Well, they've been back. So they had the old singer Anthony Green, who went to perform Circus Survive, which was a very popular band at the time. I don't think he's even doing that project anymore. I think they're done with. So after he split from the band, they picked up a vocalist called Cove, right? And he did kind of arguably the more popular songs. He had like Voices and You're Not Alone, all that good stuff during the height of their peak. But there was always kind of that, well, the original vocalist, la la la. You know how that bullshit goes. The original vocalist was always around.
Finn McKenty, Punk Rock MBA, did a really good comprehensive overview on Saison.
Yeah.
And that whole kind of dilemma. So check that out. He did a really good kind of explanation on that. But as you were saying.
So, like I said, and after maybe a couple of years ago, probably longer, 2013, probably 14, he left the band. Cove left the band. And it was kind of had the future of Saison kind of up in the air. I think they went hiatus for a little bit. And they came back with Anthony Green, who, again, like I said, I think closed shop with Circus Survive. I'm not quite sure. Now, me personally, I always prefer Cove as the vocalist more. Always. That was always a me thing. But I feel like I always took that stance when it comes to old vocalist, new vocalist, kind of that bullshit. I always favored the new vocalist for some reason. It was always, I don't know. But I think it's, let me finish the story. Saison played a show in California. Cove's band, new band, Dead American, which I just downloaded their new shit, listened to it, pretty good, opened up for them. So they had to do it, right? They had
they're on good terms, I guess.
They had to have Cove hop on for a couple of songs. And they did. And I think it was fucking wonderful that he did You're Not Alone. It was beautiful, great, good stuff. And they closed out with 7 Years, which is arguably one of their biggest songs as a whole, the whole group. And man, that shit it brings back the feels, They did it's good stuff. And Saison, and they had what's the name of that album? Keeping Solid Ground, which was a fucking phenomenal album, which was the follow up to the Saison self-titled album. Man, that shit was good, and they did a great job. And I think I'm glad to see that kind of connection to Humanity.
Kind of the OGs.
Yeah.
In the weird kind of experimental emo metal-y vibe.
Definitely. And I haven't listened to anything of the new Saison, like the stuff that they came out with recently, but I'm glad that they're still around and they're still kicking and doing good stuff. Right now? You want to get the gifts right now?
Yeah. I was going to wrap them while you were doing this.
Uh-oh.
Well, hurry up and go grab them.
Uh-oh.
Pass it to me.
I'm doing my show. You come and get them. Son of a bitch. All right, hold on.
We are ending our Saison talk with Jacob handing the Christmas gifts to his wife
No, actually,
to be wrapped.
I got a little bit more to say about it, but again, I was interrupted. Hold on.
I told you I wanted to do this today.
Yeah, why didn't you take it out earlier then?
This is excellent.
You're wrapped.
This is slightly better than Dead Air.
That's already wrapped.
It is slightly better.
Yeah. No, that's already wrapped.
Oh, yeah, you're right. All right, so
English, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Do you speak it?
close the door. Jesus, man. Sorry about that, folks.
And we're back.
Yeah, we're back. So, and I think Saison was kind of a lesson on how to do vocalist change well, because I feel like, especially for bands back in the day, I think kind of the original or the thought process that went behind it is that for the first couple albums there was more of a imitation of the previous vocalist than kind of doing your own thing. And Saison kind of broke that kind of mold. He's like, I'm going to do it the way I would do it. I'm not going to, because even Spencer from Underoath, he was
trying to do Dallas.
Yeah, he was doing that Dallas stuff, and eventually, when the next album came out, he was doing his own thing, which arguably must not. I'm not getting into that, but yeah, I think that's a lesson on how to do that shit well, and I think Saison deserves more love, and I'm gonna dive in headfirst with their new shit, and I'm glad to see them kind of still kicking and doing well in the scene. So, yeah, man, makes me feel good.
Very cool. Saison throwback.
Yeah.
Let's talk some 2019 album expectations.
Yes.
So I have kind of a list. I'm gonna go over the ones that are kind of confirmed first.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting albums from The Devil Wears Prada.
Yep.
From Every Time I Die.
Yep.
Slipknot.
Mm-hmm.
1,000 Below.
Mm-hmm.
They're currently writing. Upon a Burning Body, and Capsize. I'm sure there's more, but these are kind of the ones that are going to be most kind of pertinent. I think they're going to be our stick out album reviews of the year.
Don't be shocked if August Burn Red comes out with another album.
Yeah, they've been kind of on a tight schedule. If not this year, if not 2019, then 2020, I would say. But yeah, I think those are confirmed, and I think those are going to be the ones that are going to pertain most to this podcast.
Yeah.
No, I have a couple that I think that are expecting. So As I Lay Dying.
They're expecting.
Yeah, As I Lay Dying, I think is going to be the big one, and I'm not going to be surprised if they drop an album.
Yeah,
because they dropped a single and they've been kind of quiet, and I think they're writing. I think that's.
I think I saw a promo for them kind of announcing the next album already. I think.
Oh, did you really?
I think I scrolled past it, but I think they have something coming out.
Yeah, man. So don't be surprised if that's like spring 2019. Sworn In, with Tyler leaving and all. I think it's time to record some new stuff and maybe up the ante with that Southside Scum music. Sirens and Sailors. It's been 4 years, guys. What the fuck?
Really?
Yeah, 4 years since their last album. And they've been kind of hinting at stuff, all the time on Twitter, but we haven't.
Sailors, I forgot about them.
Yeah, man. And they're like good proper metalcore, man.
Yeah.
They're that like New York shit. But yeah, they've been kind of hinting stuff on Twitter all the time, and everybody's like, dude, just fucking drop something. It's been 4 years,
That's weird.
So I think they're gonna drop a full length album. I'm hoping they do. I don't want to see them fall off the face of the earth because, like I said, it's been 4 years. Lorna Shore, they got a replacement vocalist. Obviously, Tom left to do Chelsea Grin.
Yeah.
They dropped a single, like fallish this year. So I think they're working up towards an album right now.
Yeah.
Knocked Loose.
Yeah. It's about
they
time.
need a follow up to their debut.
Yep, they do.
And it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be dirty. And
We
it's gonna
hope.
be grimy.
We hope it's gonna be wild.
No. We know.
Do we know?
Yes. Trust me, from a guy who saw them less than a week ago. Yes, it's gonna be dirty.
I'm
Yes.
just saying, I've seen a lot of bands that come out with a good first album and kind of afterwards.
We'll see, man. Did you hear the new single?
I have not.
It's great.
Oh yeah.
And then kind of a band I've always gravitated towards, Deftones. They've also kind of been on a kind of a tight schedule, like I mentioned, but expecting something. And Deftones doesn't disappoint. And so those are kind of my expectations. There's 12 bands that I think are going to drop some albums. Well,
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. So I do have a band that I want to bring up. All right. So
your boys.
yeah. So last night I was playing Madden until 1 o'clock in the morning, and I had my new for you set list on whatchamacallit on Apple Music, right? New for this week or whatever. And the first couple of songs always kind of bleed together, right? Whatever is what it is. But then I was listening, and I'm like, man, what the fuck is that? These guys are fucking ripping shit up. I'm like, listen, it's a band from Australia called 2319, which I love the fact. I mean, I don't know if this is done intentionally, but it's a fucking Monsters Inc. reference because the 2319 was the thing that they do when they see like a sock or whatever, and they freak out and they blow it up and they shave the monster. But so yeah, I dug a little bit deeper. I'm like, let me see what these guys got. They have like a two track set, like new release recently. I think it came out last month.
2 More Reasons to Hate Us.
Yeah,
I believe it's called.
Yes, and they had 1,000 Eyes.
1,000 Eyes Are Strict. So that's that's the name of a Yu-Gi-Oh card, which I thought was kind of amusing. And then the other one was Crucio, which is a Harry Potter reference.
It's an Unforgivable Curse, yeah.
And
the Heartbreak Kid, which is a pro wrestling, a pro wrestling reference. And I'm like I said, it's either a strange string of coincidences or these guys are.
No, they know what they're doing, man.
These guys are us on the other side of the world.
Yeah. So I actually took a listen this morning in the shower. Yeah, man, that shit slaps. It's actually like I don't want to say it's like the heaviest matter in the universe.
Yeah.
But it's decently heavy and it'll kind of get you bouncing, man.
Yeah, definitely.
It'll get you bouncing. It's got that like guttural kind of from the deep down sewer pipes right past Pennywise kind of screaming, and that's what we like on this show. They're how would you describe them genre-wise, man? It's kind of interesting.
It's just really heavy hardcore.
It's just
borderline deathcore hardcore.
Yeah, there we go.
Borderline. Man. So I went online and I went on the line, as they say, and I went to message these guys on Facebook because I wanted to see how many followers they got. They have 3,000 followers on Facebook. So
give them a nice little shout out.
Yeah, not the biggest band in the world, but I do see big things coming for them because I think they are the next Australian gem. Because we talk about all the time how Australia has all the fucking bands that slap.
But hey, man, when you got spiders that big,
yeah, definitely,
you got to be angry about something.
Definitely. So I wanted to give those guys some love. I messaged them and they got back to me really quick and they said they were going to check out the show. So if you guys are listening, we appreciate the listen. And man, just keep writing some good heavy shit, and you guys would be coming across the pond, as they say, real soon.
Come around with Polaris.
There you go.
There we go.
There we go.
All right, let's talk some gaming. Earlier in the week, you mentioned to me that your wife finally greenlit Red Dead Redemption.
She did.
And you put, oh, motherfucker, you changed it.
I fixed it.
You put red as in, like, read a book.
Yeah. I'm stupid. But yeah. So I got into it, right? Now, here's the deal. This is going to be a very loose kind of first impressions because I've played it. I've played it quite a bit, actually. I went down the rabbit hole the other night. I'm like, you know what? One mission or two.
So wait, do you have it currently?
I do.
Okay. Copy that.
I'm like, let me play it a little bit, and I'll do a mission or two, and then I'll go to sleep. It's 2:00 in the morning, and I'm like, oh shit,
I gotta go to bed.
There was like 7 missions that I did that I wasn't supposed to do, but yeah. So here's the deal: if you are into the Grand Theft Auto style of game, the open world missions, all that good stuff, this is a game for you. I mean, it's Grand Theft Auto with horses, right? Now I know, me personally, I don't always gravitate towards those kind of games, right? I like Grand Theft Auto. It's fun for a little bit, and then I get over it, right? This one I think has some legs. I don't know what it is. I can't really kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Articulate the differences, but it feels different. I don't know. Maybe it's just the fun of riding around the horse, or the online component, which is it's fun. It's very bare right now because it's in beta, quote unquote. But man, it's fun. I'm having a good time with it. Story is intriguing so far. It has a very Hateful Eight opening where it's fucking a blizzard and you're in the mountains kind of shit, and it kind of has that vibe. You're walking,
love it.
Yeah, you're walking around and you're like, oh, it's cold, motherfucker. But yeah, man, it's good. And I'm glad that this is like the resurgence of single player games, right?
Kind of, sorta.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sold a bunch of units, and the online feature didn't drop till like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
So it proves that it can be done. God of War proved that it can be done. Naughty Dog can prove that it can be done.
Yeah.
And God of War won Game of the Year by IGN.
Yeah, and Sony's even said that they're going to make the intentional effort to put out more single player exclusive games.
It's good, man.
Which I think is a good thing.
A good story is always going to top out good multiplayer.
Yeah, definitely.
In my opinion.
No, I agree. Yeah, definitely. Because you can have fun in a multiplayer, but you can't experience a multiplayer. You know what I mean? Like,
the multiplayer experience is very different from the storytelling experience. And
definitely.
And a lot of it hits home.
So yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I know what your stance on it will be, but
what is my stance on it?
If it drops below 30, maybe I'll get it.
Oh yeah, man, you hit that one on the
head. Yeah, exactly. I've been sitting across from you for long enough. I think I know what you're gonna say when it comes to video games.
Well, actually, you're gonna with this next topic, your jaw's gonna drop.
Oh yeah, well,
all right.
That's so yeah. If you're into that style of game, you're gonna enjoy it, and yeah, man, it's good stuff.
Okay, so I named this topic as my updated 2019 games list. What if I told you I pre-ordered a game? What? All right. What if I told you not one but 3 games?
That's funny. You?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I have Devil May Cry 5,
okay,
The Division 2, and the new Resident Evil, all pre-ordered.
What? The Division 2?
Okay, so hear me out. It's not a true pre-order.
What?
And let me explain. I bought a new graphics card, right?
Okay.
And AMD is doing this promotion now where if you buy their graphics card brand new, you'll get 3 free games. These 3. So obviously I bought the graphics card because I wanted an upgrade to the rig, but it comes with $180 worth of free games in the long run. So I have the Division 2, I have Devil May Cry, and I have the Resident Evil 2 ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's funny, Gabe. Damn.
So it's not a true pre-order.
Yeah, you pre-ordered. No, you commit. You have the word I'm gonna call? You have fed into the machine, and I blame you now.
Well, hear me out, right? The games weren't the main reason why I bought the graphics card, because like I said, I was kind of looking for an upgrade to my system, but I would say that it was a contributing factor why I decided to go with this brand. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I feel
because the thing is $300, and if you get $180 worth of free games,
yeah,
you're essentially paying $120 for the graphics card. And I was like, well, that's a fucking great deal. Worst case scenario, I leave the Division alone after an hour, and I already kind of wanted the new Devil May Cry, so it worked out. But I will keep you guys updated. And leading into my next topic, I am currently waiting on a. Well, let me explain what it is first. Do you know what SpellBreak is? Have you heard of it?
No.
It is, for lack of better terms, it's another battle royale game. But hang on, right? It's not what caught my eye. It's a battle royale game where everybody's a mage.
Okay, that's
and
cool.
you do magical things. But battle royale aspect isn't what captured me. It's the whole mage aspect. Like a lot of the videos you're gonna see online is like people casting like a slew of ice on the floor and sliding across it super fast, and then like flying into the air, and then you could cast like a gas cloud and then set it ablaze, and there's all these crazy pertinent combinations.
Okay.
And the combat system just looks really fluid. And I don't know of another game that really takes you into the world of like a mage like this. You know, like playing a mage is always kind of like super like head heavy, or you know, you're being a support character. You're never like balls deep in the action like this. And so that's what kind of drew me into this game called SpellBreak.
Unless you're playing Freya on Smite.
Even then, man, Freya.
Whoa, watch your tongue, sir.
Hang on, let me rephrase this. Smite, you got to put some thought into it,
That's
bro.
true.
Because if you have a garbage build, it doesn't matter who you're playing. You're gonna get smitten. You know.
I like that.
See what I did there?
Smoked.
Yeah, but Smite, we spoke about it. Smite has a learning curve, and it's not an easy one. Because when I picked up Smite, I was garbage. I was like, "Oh, Ares is my boy," and now you'd never see me playing Ares because he's garbage.
He's not garbage.
But you know what I'm saying? There's a curve to the game.
Definitely.
But this
Definitely.
SpellBreak it kind of entranced me, bro. So I'm currently signed up for the alpha, and I'm waiting for a reply back, and we'll see where that goes.
Okay.
So we're looking at one game review I'm formulating right now, which I'll save for my year in review,
Wow.
and this SpellBreak, which I'm still waiting for the code. And then 3 lined up for next year. So I said I'd bring more gaming content to this channel in regards to reviews and shit like that, and I'm keeping my promise. So
There you go.
that's what's out there. That's what's on the table right now. Like I said, I'm going to hang off on the reveal till next week or the week after because I want some more time in it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, man, that's SpellBreak. If you haven't taken a look at it,
That
check
sounds
it out.
interesting. I'm going to have to check
And
it out.
like I said, man, because everybody's doing a battle royale now, but that's not what drew me in. And I think that's got to say something, you know.
Gabe's feeding the corporate pig. God damn it.
All right,
Gabe.
let's talk some MK11 and how you're feeding the corporate pig.
Shut your ass up. So they have because obviously, they have the rumors and stuff, right? And it's pumping out because the game is coming out so soon. These things aren't going to be kept under lock. So, once everybody found out what it was, everybody's scouring the internet for every little bit of news and pieces and all that good stuff, all right? So we have a leaked,
quote unquote, subject to change.
Yeah.
Who knows if this is true, but yeah, you said you were kind of upset by it. I didn't take a look at it. I'm waiting for you to read it off.
Yeah, we will go through. I wouldn't say upset. I'm just saying there's some omissions that I'm concerned about.
All right, yeah, let's rattle off some names.
All right, so wait, real quick, we'll go through the names and let's say you number it out of 1 through 5 on interest or excitement. Let's say
Per character or per roster?
per character.
Okay.
All right. So number 1, Scorpion.
Scorpion's always fun to play. He's a neutral 3.
Yeah.
He's got to be in it.
Big shocker, Sub-Zero.
Also a 3. Same deal.
Raiden.
I would say Raiden's a 4 because I feel like his format's going to change up and he's not going to be the same old Raiden we know. He's going to be like, give me your body, but then like cook you like a nugget at the end.
Yeah, I feel you.
Which is what he does, but whatever. Moving on.
Liu Kang.
Kind of less interest in Liu Kang, like a 2. Liu Kang's always one of the faster characters in the games, obviously. I haven't really... The last time I've ever really mained Liu Kang was like Armageddon, honestly. And I think that says, Okay, going on.
Katana.
Well, that's your girl.
That's my girl.
I'm like neutral on her, 3.
Okay. Jade.
Yeah, let's bring Jade forward, like a 4.
Mm-hmm. Rain.
Oh, yes, 5 on Rain.
5 on Rain?
We're overdue on Rain, especially in this new system.
Yeah. So again, we had mentioned rumors, and previously I heard that there was going to be neither of these 2 characters are in there, but here they are. Sonya Blade.
Like a 2. Kind of overstayed her welcome.
Johnny Cage.
Also a 2, same setup.
Noob Saibot.
5. This is one of the characters I requested. And like I said, bringing Noob Saibot into the variation system, or, the new system was what we're getting.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great. And Noob's a cornerstone character for me.
Really?
Not like super deep, but like he's like easily is higher on the second tier character, like the B tier characters. He's like up there, definitely.
I definitely agree with that. Smoke.
I have less interest in Smoke, and I think the reason is because Noob and Smoke used to be like a back-to-back kind of ordeal back in the day. And simply, what does Smoke bring in regards to the ninjas that none of the other guys does? You know what I'm saying? I think he's a cool enough character on his own, but it's just, what are you going to bring to the table, and how are you going to make this new MK better? So I don't know, neutral on smoke.
Cyrax.
Oh, they're not doing Triborg? They're bringing back the individuals? Oh, I don't know how I feel about this.
All but one.
All but one.
Yep. No sector. No sector on this
man,
list.
how are you gonna bring ketchup without the mustard?
Well, that's the problem. Well, they've done it before. Deadly Alliance didn't have.
yeah.
Uh-huh. So there's that, and canonically, Sector's dead. But again, it doesn't really mean much because it's fucking Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, each cannon. Well, there's like 30 different cannons.
Definitely.
Like a 2 on Cyrax.
All right. Where are I at? Oh, Sindel.
Sindel. Well, I guess you got to bring her back because Shao Kahn's back, right?
In a DLC.
As a DLC, I guess. Sindel 3.
Reptile.
Reptile, like a 2. Don't really care for Reptile.
Goro.
Like a 1. Nobody gives a shit about Goro no more.
He's actually a lot of fun.
Bring back Motaro, man.
Fuck Motaro.
Switch it up.
They can't because of the whole fucking complications with animating him because he has back legs. That's why they got rid of the back legs.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're also like 20 years in the future.
This
but
is a good point, but it is what it is. Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung. I wanna like the addition of Shang Tsung because I always thought Shang Tsung was a good villain.
Mm-hmm.
In regards to how he's gonna fit in with like this new format, I think it'll be interesting. I'm gonna give it a 3. I'm not leaning either way.
All right. Kung Lao.
Kung Lao is always a 5 for me. I think he's fun to play and fun to learn.
Fucking hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think that's part of the appeal, honestly.
Definitely. Fujin.
Yes, 5.
Yep.
We've talked about Fujin before.
Boraicho.
Boraicho's kind of a joke character, man.
Yeah.
It's good to see that he's okay. Fuck, I don't know how he works because he was in the story, but he wasn't like playable until the DLC dropped, right? He's kind of the same setup with Smoke, man. Like, it's good to see this throwback character come back, but what are you gonna add that's besides comedic relief at this point?
All right. This one kind of shocked me. Didn't expect to see this one back. Frost.
Why?
I don't know.
What? How are you gonna line that up with the Lin Kuei?
I don't know.
And what is she gonna do?
I don't know.
All right.
All right.
Not, like a 2 on Frost.
Yeah. Kenshi.
Like neutral 3.
Okay.
I know that was my boy on MKX, but it's kind of the same ordeal. Whereas, what good are you to the story at the moment, Kenshi? And how are they going to revamp and revitalize you? Because
here's how.
Because Kenshi and Ermac are kind of on the border of, oh shit, are they still relevant?
Here's how. You read the comic book, right? Or you heard about the comic book?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
And Kenshi's wife was killed by who?
Scorpion? Help me out.
The Red Dragon.
Oh, who's come back from the Red Dragon? Movado. No?
The leader of the Red Dragon.
With the K. No?
Dagon. Dagon is on
like
this
a
list.
1 on Dagon.
Yeah.
So he's canonical again then.
Yeah.
1 on Dagon.
Yeah, Dagon is here. No Taven. What's the point of that?
Whatever.
I don't fuck. This is like all very Deadly Alliance kind of roster
that's
like.
the vibes I'm getting.
Yeah. Kotal Khan.
4.
Yeah.
4. I think he was one of the standout characters, him and Aaron Black from the new.
Aaron Black.
5.
Yeah. He's
good
back.
to see him back. I need some more development on Aaron Black.
Okay, so I'm gonna group these all together because you were right. Cassie Cage, Jackie Bridge, Takeda, and Kung Jin.
It was a necessity. None of them particularly stand out to me, but a solid 5, just because we need we need more spotlight on them.
All right, so the rest of these characters you're not gonna know because they're new. All right, so these are Diedrich, which is apparently what's it called? Offspring of Kano, apparently.
Oh yeah, so
Rena, who apparently is Kotal Khan's second hand in his army.
Okay, so Devora replacement.
Yep, exactly. Garrus, which I guess is...
Garrus sounds familiar.
Yeah, Garrus is new. I guess he's the kind of the opposition to the main boss, who apparently is a villain called Chronica, which is, I'm assuming she's the same.
Is that one of the rappers in Cypress Hill?
Sure. I'm assuming that Chronica is the chick with the clock or with the hourglass.
In the trailer that we saw.
Chronic.
Oh yeah, it works.
So
maybe she just has a big weed leaf on her thing.
Yeah, right. So that's
Snoop Doggy Dog.
And of course Shang Tsung on the pre-order. Now there's also leaked for the first combat pack. Do you want to go through these or do you want to leave these alone?
Yeah, let's talk about the combat pack.
All right. So wait, first off, let's talk about some omissions. All right, I have some problems with some omissions. Where the fuck is Reiko? Number 1. We talked about it.
Well, we also mentioned that this is a in the air kind of a list.
Yeah. And again, these are the things that
you know what I could see happening because Ed Boon is like that. He leaked this list himself and purposely left off Reiko.
it wouldn't shock me because everybody's like pissed off that everybody wants Reiko. Everybody wanted him in the last game. He wasn't there.
All right, so Reiko.
Canonically, these make sense. Melina, she's not there. She's dead.
Oh, okay.
Well, this is gonna be following up, but Ermac wasn't on the list.
I'm telling you, man, Ermac and Kenshi are on that line, man.
I don't know, man, but
That line of like interest.
yeah, that they're not there. There was another person that crossed my mind, but it's slipping me at the moment. But it's that's weird. That's why that's what's happening. Like
Kano's not on there.
Kano not. Yep, there you go. Well,
Jax isn't on there.
He's being replaced by his
son. Jax.
Jackie Briggs. She's
Yeah.
kind of
Is Jax dead? I can't remember. I think he's dead.
No, he's alive.
No. And I'm fine with Jax not being there. I'm fine with Kano not being there. Let's talk about this combat pack then.
All right, so the combat.
Yeah, I think those 3 or 4 characters cover most of what we're upset about.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I'm looking at this list.
Where's
I'm like,
Striker? No.
I see Dagon, but I don't see
The combat pack 2.
All right, so combat pack 1, Ermac, number 1 on that.
0 interest in that.
Yeah,
It's already a waste.
Lee May,
Oh man, I better be getting a refund with this combat pack.
Nightwolf.
That's man. I don't believe that Nightwolf thing, bro. I don't believe it.
All right, so this is what everybody's up in the air about because there's a character called Nimbus on this list.
Okay.
Nimbus was a joke character in a magazine from the original Mortal Kombat. Everybody's like, "Oh, this is an Easter egg that never came true." Now we've had similar kind of things happen with Tremor. Tremor was kind of a really background character.
Yeah, deep cut.
Yeah, deep cut. He's kind of showed up, and again, this was a joke. This wasn't a real thing. And we also had Blaze, who was a background character in Mortal Kombat 2. These things, so everybody's up in arms about that, right? Everybody's like, this can't be true because of Nimbus. That's what everybody's saying. Nobody believes that. Now, in the 2 guests, which I called one,
We called it since it's been announced.
Michael Myers is on this list,
Yes, we knew this was happening.
and the last guest, Pennywise. Also,
we called both of these
Yeah.
from like a mile away.
yeah. So overall,
Okay, so roster is okay. Like I said, this is probably something that somebody threw together, and whether it was Ed Boon or not, we'll see.
I think because I think it's the perfect list. It's like what you expect, couple of curveballs thrown in there, but that's something. It is something that Boone would do. So,
in regards to the combat pack, called the guest characters, I think those are perfect too. Everything else is garbage, man. Nimbus, Lee May, what the fuck?
who would you put?
Under the combat pack? I'm a sucker for Chameleon. I think, okay, hear me out, because Chameleon worked well as a mashup of characters.
Uh-huh.
He was kind of the, hey, let me sprinkle in a little bit of everything. I think Frost would work better as a combat pack character as opposed to on the roster.
Well, the question is what role does he play in the story?
All right, that's fair.
That's the question.
Taven, if you're going to have Dagon,
I don't get that. That doesn't make that's another thing. It's just like,
yeah, right? You might as well have the other brother.
yeah.
I think he'd work well.
You got to put
better.
Ben Affleck on that roster, bro.
What about Hotaro, from the Justice Realm? Pass on Hotaro.
Yeah.
All right.
Hard pass on that one.
Who would you put then?
Let me think. Who would I put? Like from that era? Because all the new characters kind of suck. Let's be honest. From that era, who would I put on the list? What's that fucking guy's name? Well, Havoc, number 1. Where the fuck is Havoc? And how come he's not in this goddamn fucking game? There's another mission I want to talk about.
I'm putting him in the same boat with Reiko. Probably in it, just not shown on the roster right now.
I hope, like I said, I hope he's like, instead of putting Reiko, let's put Dagon in his place and watch everybody get mad. Like, hopefully it's like the same thing with Raicho because I have no interest. But
Raicho would have been a better DLC character.
Yeah.
Well,
he already was.
Okay, no, it makes sense.
He already was,
It makes sense to have him on the roster now.
And canonically, he's still alive as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All that mead keeps him up at night.
Yeah, definitely. I wanted to see Tremor on the main roster now because I think he was a very interesting.
Oh, how about Striker as a DLC character?
Striker would be all right. Cabal. Hello.
Oh yeah, totally. Wow, It's been a minute without Cabal, huh?
Yeah.
It's been a couple years.
Quan Chi, I mean, canonically he's dead too, but
we don't need to bring back Quan Chi.
Especially if we're bringing back Shang Tsung.
Yeah, you're gonna have too much going on.
But
there.
if it's the Deadly Alliance era,
what if they did with Quan Chi and Shang Tsung what they did with Noob and Smoke? How was the tag team? That's how they fought. I think that'd be cool.
I would like that.
Yeah, right? That's
Yeah,
interesting.
that was a good idea.
You put a new twist on two very old cryptic characters that have been around, well, Shang Tsung forever. Quan Chi since what, Mortal Kombat 3? Mortal Kombat 4? Yeah.
That's good stuff. I like that idea. That's actually a great idea.
You know, you have them fight together.
Yeah. What happened to Devora? Isn't Devora alive?
No, she's dead.
She's dead too?
Melina killed her.
No, it's the other way around. She killed Melina.
Oh, shit. Well,
Yeah.
nobody cares about Devora, so it doesn't
I
matter.
like Devora.
Okay.
She's not my least favorite of all the new. Ferrator takes that fucking cake pretty fucking easily.
Yeah, and then it's Devora.
But yeah, man, what's the name of that black dude? He looks like fucking Blade. What's his fucking name?
Oh, sweet baby Jesus. What was his name?
I wouldn't mind him.
Derek? You talking about Derek?
No.
With the little battle axe?
Yeah, but it wasn't Derek. That definitely wasn't his name. Fuck, what's his name?
Bro, bring back Cobra.
Cool. No, that is just fucking no. What? No, especially if you're gonna have one black dragon, it's got to be Kano. If it's not Kano, then it's got to be this new character.
Whatever. I got to look back at some old rosters and talk about DLC packs later.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I need to do because I'm coming up with the ones you would expect from me, the ones I've been mentioning since we came up with the 11 rosters.
Yeah. So as far as guests now, because obviously this is rumors, right? Who would you else you want to see guest wise?
Ash from Evil Dead.
That's a good one.
George Romero, I think, would make a great guest character. Hey, not okay. So you obviously his attacks would be like zombie themed, but I think George Romero has made just a massive splash in the whole horror genre.
Uh-huh.
Call of Duty did it. Why can't NetherRealm Studio do it?
Because you're not ripping off George Romero's skull. George Romero is alive. It's not alive anymore. He's dead.
And that'd be the joke. When you yank off the skull, there's no spine.
Okay. That's interesting. I want to see. You said John Wick. I thought that was a fucking great idea.
Yeah, he'd fit in. He'd be like an alternate striker, you know, in the same format. I think it would work, especially because they're rated R, right? If I'm not mistaken. And they're working on 3 right now. We just got a poster for it.
Somebody said Doom Guy.
Doom Guy would work.
Yeah.
I would definitely. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually pretty solid.
Yeah, Doom Guy is not a bad idea. I'm just saying, there's some good stuff in there. I mean, we'll see. Like I said, there's some curveballs in there that just don't line up for me. That don't make any kind of sense. So I guess we'll have to wait and see in that regard. But overall, as far as the list as a whole, I'll say like a 3. It's an average roster. It's not MK9 roster because that arguably was the best Mortal Kombat roster of all time, arguably. So, and I liked X roster. It was pretty good. I fucking installed it onto my new console, by the way. It fucking took me like an hour to do that yesterday because I was playing Madden at the same time. But because I need to get back because I only played a little bit of Injustice in the grand scheme of things. But man, that fucked up my fucking vibe on how to
with Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
I was playing it last week. Shit's good.
I need to get that shit. I need to get it back. So, yeah. So we'll see. I guess I just like talking about this kind of stuff. This whole Nimbus thing is really hysterical to me. That's the big red flag. I was kind of hoping Nightwolf would be in the main character as well.
Let me get Spencer Charnas as
right
a DLC character.
He just summons every other fucking serial killer and do all his work for him.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Because it's easy being a gimmick band. Anyway, moving on to movies and TV. Talk to me about some Carmen SanDiego.
So I guess she's getting a Netflix show. She's gonna be on Netflix.
Cool.
Now my question is it Where in Time? Because that's the shit. Where in Time and Carmen SanDiego. That's some shit. You remember the game show back in the day? You probably.
I think I do. Yeah.
The case.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's that. I think that'd be kind of cool. Kind of like a detective, kind of noir kind of vibe. Have you played any of those games?
Oh
games?
Man, not in like 20 years, but yeah.
How like interested would you be to kind of dig that up and play through
a Carmen SanDiego game?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe get some liquor in me and ask me again.
I think it's interesting. Like I said, if it's Where in Time, I'm super interested. Where on Earth, meh. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think that's interesting. It's a good call.
Cool beans.
I think.
Sabrina also has a Christmas special out right now.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
So I haven't watched it yet.
Me either. I'm about to dig into that because that's definitely something I want.
Talk to me about this dead horse.
So, all right. So this is something that speaks largely to the whole Latin community as a whole, right?
Okay.
So you remember, or you probably don't, but you've probably seen or heard of Selena, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, there is a Netflix show coming out based on her life, which we already have a movie based on her life. That's besides the point. She's been dead for 20 years now, 25 years now. She had a great movie. The movie was great with Jennifer Lopez. It was great. Good movie. I think it told her story appropriately. Why is this existing? Why is this something that comes out? Other than the fact that the father is a piece of shit and he feels the need to make money off his daughter's name. Besides the point. And again, everybody has their own opinion on him. I think he's a piece of shit. I think the fact that he doesn't allow his son-in-law to write about his daughter and put it in a book is ridiculous, considering the fact he married her. I think he has every right to talk about her. I don't like it. It bothers me. It doesn't sit well with me. And I think we just need to let her be dead, because they had the whole makeup line and shit. All that stuff that they came out with a couple of years ago with Mac makeup and all that good stuff.
I don't know, man. Maybe Netflix is trying to appeal to a broader crowd now, maybe the Latino crowd. And, I could see that being it, but I think you hit it on the head, man. Why the need to redo and bring up all these things, especially to, like you said, her ex-husband at this point? You really think he wants to live through all this shit again? He's probably still putting up with the father.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a piece of shit.
Ridiculous.
The father's a piece of shit. I put him in the same category as I put Joe Jackson. Of the Jackson. Yeah.
Woof.
Yeah.
All right.
Because he took away his kids' childhood. He made money off of them. Joe Jack, even to a certain extent, made money off her death. And I understand that his whole kind of life was turned upside down, right? And I feel for the siblings too, even though the son's kind of a piece of shit too, because he doesn't pay his child support. We're gonna get into that. Not gonna get into that whole political stuff, but I don't like it, and it pisses me off. And I think you should just leave her memory alone. I think it's enough. I think we've all had our fill.
Give me a Stranger Things supernatural crossover where they encounter La Llorona.
Interesting.
Kind of out there, oddball.
Are they bringing back the dad for Supernatural? I heard they brought, because
I haven't watched Supernatural since they defeated Satan.
Because it's kind of hard to defeat anything higher than Satan.
Well, I guess they defeated God and Leviathans, and I don't know.
That sounds like some God of War shit.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I stopped watching after season 4, which was that season.
I feel you, man.
So, interesting kind of point, man. Netflix says, is it going to be another docudrama?
I don't know.
Or is it going to be like a full-blown kind of movie?
Well, though I think it's going to be a series.
Okay. Gotcha. I think it's an interesting choice. Netflix obviously in it for the money, but they're probably going to come off as, we want to bring her story out there, blah blah blah.
It already exists in the movie.
Yeah, absolutely
really,
it does,
really well
but
done.
you want a bigger crowd, you want it to grow. You know what I'm saying? The same reason why they bring back Aladdin and Lion King. And okay,
they're not bringing back Lion King. Quit talking about that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, right. Doesn't exist the second Bond movie.
Does not exist.
The second Daniel Craig Bond movie. So let's talk about this Hellboy trailer. What'd you think about it?
I have not seen it.
Okay, we'll talk about it next week.
No, talk about it.
Okay, so it was a cute little 2-minute thing with David Harbour as Hellboy, and so first
I will say the screenshots look fucking phenomenal. He looks great.
He looks good as Hellboy.
Yeah.
He brings a more kind of comic side to, and by comic I mean humorous side to Hellboy, and I like it. My big thing is kind of getting the Ron Perlman Hellboy out of my head, because that was just so perfect and beautiful. That was kind of the live action Hellboy everybody grew up with, obviously, right? David Harbour, I think he looks great in the Hellboy costume. I think this new take's going to be very interesting. They're in London is the setting, blah blah blah. What else is there to say? My only gripe is that, and I know they're going to resolve it in the movie, my only gripe is that he kind of lets his hair dangle, and Hellboy traditionally has the bun. And I know what's going to happen is he's going to be fighting the bad guy, and he's going to be like, all right, I'm getting serious, and he puts his hair back in the bun. And, I know that's going to be resolved, but that was just kind of my gripe with it. I was like, put the fucking hair back, because you look like a bum.
I feel you.
But I thought the trailer was good. I'm definitely excited. It's coming out April 12th. I'm going to be there. I'm going to see it. And I'm excited to see what new things are going to be brought to this table, because we get to see Excalibur. We get to see him in full horn mode. We get to see the little crown, too. There's I don't want to say they revealed too much, but they're revealing a lot of goodies, man. A lot of fanfare.
Man, Gabe he dove headfirst into trailers, these pre-orders. Man, where's Gabe? And
who are you, and what have you done with Gabe?
Yeah, definitely pre-orders.
So I'm excited. I'm gonna see it. I was gonna see Hellboy.
Definitely. So is that a wrap, Gabe?
That is a wrap.
Wow.
Make like a Christmas present and
wrap it
and call it a wrap.
Yeah.
So this I guess is our Christmas episode. Because Christmas is 2 days away.
Yes.
3 days.
So for those who celebrate Merry Christmas, Merry Kwanzaa,
From my ninjas out there, Happy Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like a ninja weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit. No.
Yeah.
Too far.
I mean, I think there was kind of a double entendre situation with that when you said ninjas. I thought you meant something else.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, Hanukkah, all that good stuff. Whatever you celebrate, whatever you do.
Cool, man. I'm gonna get smashed on Christmas and watch Krampus.
Hey, man, you gotta do what you gotta do. My Christmas is gonna be very low profile this year, so I'm pretty pumped about it. But that's 58, and we'll see you guys here back week. We'll see you back here next week for 99.
Where Jacob fully embraces turning into one of the adults from Peanuts.
Yeah, I guess so. Fuck. Oh my God. But yeah, man, you go ahead and like us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, Google Play,
Podbean, Bed Bath & Beyond. Where else we at? Spotify, Stitcher Radio, Podbean, Apple Podcasts.
TuneIn Radio.
All
over the place. We're everywhere that you can find podcasts.
Sometimes you'll catch us at Lids, like if you're really lucky.
I mean, once in a blue moon.
You can catch me at Cinnabon on Sundays.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's closer to it. But yeah, man, that's 98, and we'll see you back for 99. Closing in, actually.
Yeah, actually.
We are to be able to spit to 100 from here. Oh, and it's going to be a good episode.
You just cleaned those, so no spitting.
Yeah. And until then, though, deuces.